If I had the privilege of being the chief of police without the interim title, it would be a privilege.
Heather Morris is now the top cop in Aurora after living in Colorado for less than a year. She's taking the interim police chief job with interest in accepting the full-time position if it's offered.
I'm not going to sit at the desk and be a placeholder.
One of her top priorities is recruiting and retaining officers, as the department, like so many in the state, struggles with staffing.
What exactly are the reason people are leaving, right? So we've got to know exactly why people are leaving. And so I've reached out to the union reps to from their perspective. And I believe that one of the things that we can do now is to have better communication within the department.
While the department has seen a spike in the number of new hires entering the academy, over the last year, the number of trained officers has dropped. After the death of Elijah McClain, the city entered into a consent decree, a legal agreement to reform its police department that also required changes to its hiring policy.
The consent decree required that there be a changeover from civil service to our city HR. That change will help with our numbers. They didn't have the resources that they needed to process the number of people that we needed in order to have those classes.
Despite the staffing shortages, last year the city of Aurora saw violent crime go down.
So we're having to do more with less and more and more and more with less.
Less than a year ago, she was sworn in as deputy chief. This week, she took on a bigger role, Aurora's 5th police chief in 5 years.
We're going to be doing the work that we need to be doing.
Chief Morris says the consent decree was a good thing for the Aurora Police Department. Soon they plan to release a transparency portal, which will include use of force numbers. Alex.
Wanting the job is a big part of this, right? Because there's a lot of folks that wouldn't want to touch it, but also you have to think about, what does the community want? Frankly.
Yeah, and she did talk about that, kind of that connection with the community, that trust within the community. So that is top of mind for her, as well as reforming the police department.
Yeah, big push for there to be a person of color in that position. So we'll see how things work out for interim Chief Morris.
We will see how this takes place.
Yeah.